What's up guys, it's Stryfe, and this is the BattleCamo Stryfe. Now the BattleCamo Stryfe is really interesting compared to your usual Stryfe, breaking about 60-65 FPS. This one, it's breaking like 120-130. That's crazy because I made it. When I saw the BattleCamo design originally, and it's been used for things like the Split Strike as well as the Battle Scout, I thought the BattleCamo design was sweet, and it reminded me of like old school special promotions, things like the Gear Up line, which had the black stripes and the orange, and that was hot, and then you had the Stinger stripe. Like, I just liked it. It looked like mosaic style art, and it had a very kind of Hellenic theme to me, so I'm pretty attracted to things that are blue and white like this. Not team blue, that's not cool, but this sort of like light blue, blue, white, like, gee, I can't imagine why Drac likes that. But so I knew I had to do a Stryfe up like that, but then I had these really yucky acrylic paint, so hopefully it's not as obvious on camera, but a lot of my lines here are just really fuzzy almost. They're not as clean as I would like them to be, but the overall theme of the BattleCamo looks pretty decent. It is under 2K, so like unfortunately that means I can't touch it up, but fortunately it does mean that it's very safe. It's got kind of a video game-esque feel to it, but I just really want to pound one of these out. As for the internals, I used 3D printed cage that I don't know the origins of. I used some wheels that I think are like prototypes out of Ohio, and I threw in a full cherry switch. So it is very clicky. It does not have a voltmeter. It was just kind of an excuse to make one of these and see if we couldn't, it seems like every time I call this shot and I make one of these, it's like weeks later that Hasbro's like, by the way, we're announcing that if Drac made a modulus Stryfe, we'll make a modulus Stryfe. So this is like low-key me being like, yo, wouldn't it be neat if mothership? But that would be kind of cool. I'd love to see a production model of the BattleCamo Stryfe. You know that this isn't a production BattleCamo Stryfe though, because there's deco on one side and on the other.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So, I mean, there's really not too much to talk about. Like, it is very snappy, it is very responsive, but at this point I've built over 100 Stryfes in different flavors and varieties. And I'm really happy with this one. I do want to mention that this is going to be one of a few because of End War and some other stuff. I've been pretty behind on my Patreon giveaways. This is going to be a Patreon giveaway blaster. It's really the only way to get my work these days is to support me on Patreon, and then I give blasters away one a month. So I am going to catch up on that soon, and then this is going to be one of those blasters. You can see I'm kind of surrounded by stuff that will be either going out or was sent via End War. Just as long as we're talking about Patreon and giveaways and catching up, this is the latest Arcane caliber, and this is Arcane number 3, and it is a really just rich gold wood all filamentum build. Like, the gold is really snazzy, like it looks really good and it's very strong, and then you guys know that I'm in love with their timber fill rosewood. I think that it just looks really amazing. In fact, here we will come down here just to demo this. So a big difference is, in addition to the print quality, I like to include all of the accessories by default. This is all one piece, which is interesting. This butt piece is now one piece. This stock grip and then this were both printed in wood, so they have a really nice rich feel. And other than that, it's a, I think, completely updated caliber and with a metal pusher, but the Arcane line is designed to be super duper nice, and it delivers the hit. So this is another blaster that will be going out to a patron very soon, and it just feels really great. But I also, in this video, since I'm talking about the BattleCamo Stryfe and I'm just mentioning this briefly as a shout out, I do want to mention the Nix cage right now, my Kickstarter project that is so near and dear to my heart. And my first Kickstarter project is about 4 hours away from ending as of the time of the launch of this video. Right now we are so close to 100 backers and super duper close to a monetary threshold that would be very significant for adding to my professional portfolio. And so this video is just me saying that, like, it would mean an awful lot to me if we could get like 8 more backers. That would be insane. So if you're on the fence and thinking about supporting the Nix Cage project on Kickstarter, that would be incredible. They will possibly be available after the Kickstarter, but they will be more expensive. So the Kickstarter is the absolute cheapest way to get them, and then later maybe they'll be going to a couple of different distributors. But this is it. A few more hours left. Please consider supporting the Nick's Cage. I will put that as the only link in the description box below, and then I'll put the Kickstarter and my Patreon up here in case you want to get in on the giveaways or in case you want to support the Kickstarter. So as always, guys, much love, Nerf on, track out. Don't be mad that I paint these blasters like official Hasbro blasters and then I launch the videos this way. It's the only way to get you guys to watch them, and I love you, and bye! Whee!